Hello, thanks for tuning in. This is an unboxing video. Primarily, I'm going to be unboxing. I've got over a dozen records have arrived from eBay from one seller. I've forgotten what I bought, so it'll be a surprise for me to see what I bought and if I can remember why I bought these items. I'll be going through those in a minute. A couple of things first of all. My URL is above. I sell records as well as collect them. And I only charge £3.50 flat fee shipping for UK buyers. Plus, I do a series of discounts. If you look in the description below, I do various discounts depending on how many you buy. So, um, yeah, very low cost shipping, low cost records, all in EX condition. What more could you want? Okay, so the next thing is, yeah, 45 RPM audio file. I did a video on some of the comments he made on the new the DG series of reissues, and one of the records he looked at is Kubelik's Mavlast, Smetana Mavlast, Boston Symphony Orchestra. He brought in a gatefold, recent release, all analog remaster, 4-track tape, etc. And he was delighted with the quality. Well, I haven't got that, and frankly, I'm not going to buy it. I can't afford to spend 60, 80 pounds on something like that. Why would I do that? So I'm not going to be able to really do a proper review on that one. But if I can get one of the other records, one of the single records, I might be able to do a comparison. But in the meantime, I've got this, which is Kubelik's Mavlast on a DG Privilege. It's 2 records. And I also found somebody had done a recording from the original issue of this performance, the box set, the same recording, obviously different pressing. And I'm going to be comparing, what is it, Sarka, the movement Sarka, on this and on that original issue. And if I can find it, maybe somebody's recorded from the recent series from DG, and compare all 3. I can at least compare 2. Sarka, I chose Sarka because Michael Johnson from, I forget what the website's called, he commented that on the reissue, Sarka is cut close to the center label, and there was some crunching on the sound. So I was curious. Oddly enough, on my reissue, Sarka is not cut close to the center of the label. It's actually at least 1 inch in or more. And I wonder why that is. I don't know. But I thought it would be interesting. I did have a listen to it, and I do have some comments about the sound quality. But I also need to listen to that other recording. So I'll be doing that maybe tonight or maybe tomorrow, which you might find interesting. I haven't got a £250,000 system like 45 RPM audiophile. I've got a Riga Planer 2, relatively modest system, but I can still try and do my best with a comparison. So let's just move on to, oh, it's quite heavy. Now I actually went out for a walk to the park at lunchtime. Because the postman didn't come by 1 o'clock. I thought he's not coming. And I actually saw him while I was out walking. He stopped his van because he recognizes me, and he gave me this. Now, actually, oddly enough, my postman used to be a DJ, so he sort of knows that I collect records. Okay, let's just open it up. There are 2 boxes here which have been taped together. He seems to have done quite a good job. I hate opening boxes with Stanley knives, but I mean, what else can you do? Because imagine, you could destroy a valuable record with one of these knives. But I think this should be okay, because I'm presuming that all the records are actually inside the boxes and not in between them. So let's, oh, there goes one. Oh, they're actually quite good boxes. I'm quite impressed with these. Yeah, I mean, these boxes are not cheap, so I'll be keeping these. Oops. No. That is not very elegant, the way that I'm doing this. Not very. I feel like a child, at Christmas, just tearing all the packaging apart. Okay, so we got one box. Let's see if we can get this open without too much hassle. That's the only problem with unboxing. I should probably really do the nitty-gritty work before I actually make the video. But if it's going to be an unboxing, well, really, you would expect to see me unboxing, wouldn't you? So we're still going. I quite like this system because it means that you're not cutting into what potentially could be the jacket and also damaging the record. Okay, here we are. We're getting somewhere. Right, looks like he's put them in bubble wrap. There we go. Yep, he's done a good job so far. As long as the records are in good condition, he'll be getting a 5-star review. So yeah, they're in bubble wrap. By the way, I do recycle packaging, and in my other business, Watch Parts, my supplier always sends me polystyrene peanuts, which drives me crazy because they can't be recycled. So what I do is I save them all up, and I've got somebody local, a trader, who comes to me and buys them off me. So, you know, I can't use these silly polystyrene peanuts, and I don't want to throw them into a landfill, so I sell them to somebody else for a smallish fee. Right, we're getting there. He's got several layers of polystyrene. Okay, and he's got a couple of stiffeners. He's used a couple of stiffeners there, you can see, and he's just put the records in between, which is fine. It's absolutely fine. Has he removed the records from the sleeves? Probably not. Oh, he has actually. Okay. All right, let's go through them. Finally, 5 minutes into this video, and finally you get to see a record. Okay, so the first one is this. Oops. Oh, let me just try and see if I can get the light correct on this. Okay, so we've got Heifetz, César Franck, and Richard Strauss violin sonatas. Yeah. So let me just try and improve the lighting here. So this is a CBS gatefold. That just looks completely white, doesn't it? That looks awful. Okay, so you can see there's information. There's a write-up. It looks like it's in good condition. And it's probably a UK pressing, I suppose. What does it say on it? Well, I guess it's a UK pressing. Wow, the vinyl looks absolutely superb. That is in absolutely, oh my God, that looks like it's in mint condition. That is really how you want to see a record looking. That is absolutely superb. Now I'm guessing that this is a reissue. I'm not too sure what it's a reissue of. I'm guessing it is. It looks to me like a 70s record, and really Heifetz was very old. Let's see if it tells you when the recording date is. It says 1975 CBS on the back of it, but that doesn't tell you when the recording is. Nope, there's nothing there. I would be interested to know. Let's just see if it says original recording. When was the original recording? It doesn't say. Oh, recorded live in concert at the Dorothy Chandler Pavilion, Los Angeles. But it doesn't say when. Yes, it does. Sorry, I'm crazy. What am I doing? 1972. The clue is in the title. The New Heifetz Recital 1972, Volume 2. So that means there's a Volume 1 somewhere, which I'd like to have. I don't know if that's going to be, if you can see that. Yeah, there we are. Okay, well, I'm really pleased with that. Yep, delighted with that one. I mean, the Franck Sonata is marvelous, and I love Heifetz. I mean, I know he's old here, so it's not going to be like when he was sort of in his 30s and he was at his absolute prime, but still, that's a good one. I mean, it's not worth a massive amount of money, but I suppose if I was selling that, I'd be selling that for about £15. Right, so we got oh, I like this cover, I like this jacket. So we got quite a colourful, sort of very reddish looking jacket there. So it's a vocal recital. Prokofiev, Romeo and Juliet. Sorry, it's not a vocal recital. What am I talking about? Solo piano. And it's, who is it? Bela Davadovich. Sounds Slavonic. Who is she? Is she Russian? Where's she from? I don't know, but I was interested in this because I quite like to collect unusual performers I don't really know, particularly if they've appeared on major labels. Recorded 1985, it's digital. It looks interesting. Yeah, so it's Prokofiev, Romeo and Juliet excerpts, and Sonata No. 3, Scriabin, and also a waltz, 3 mazurkas, 2 poems. Really interesting record, and I'm looking forward to hearing this. Made in Holland, so it's a Dutch pressing as well. You know, when you look at what I buy, can you at least give me some credit that I'm sort of buying interesting records? I'm not just, I'm not just buying sort of common records like Ma Vlast with Kubelik conducting the Boston Symphony Orchestra. I'm trying to actually, buy genuinely unusual, interesting performances and performers, and putting them on my website for anybody who's interested. And for people who are not interested, and if they don't sell, I don't care. I'll just keep them at hand. So here's another really unusual one. This caught my eye when I was looking through this guy's stuff. Another violinist I've never heard of. Who is she? Michaela Martin. First prize winner, 1982 International Violin Competition of Indianapolis. Well, and Paul Ostrovsky on the piano. That looks to me like the pianist. You see that? Yep. So yeah, Michaela Martin. I'm looking forward to finding out about her. There's quite a lot of information here about her, but you know, it's beyond the scope of this video for me to go through every single record. But yeah, what's she playing? Schubert Duo Sonata in A for violin and piano, and Stravinsky Divertimento for violin and piano. Really interesting repertoire as well, particularly the Stravinsky. So what label is that on? Oh, it's a Vox label. It looks like it's American made. Let me just take that out so you can see it. I know this is going to be a long video, but you probably appreciate seeing the actual label. Yeah, so there's the label. What does it say on it? Made in the USA, 1983. Side 1, 23.35 minutes. It's not often that record companies actually put down how long the piece lasts. Yep, that's a nice, good, meaty kind of pressing as well. The condition looks absolutely superb. Oh my God. I mean, a lot of these, I almost hope my website fails so that I can keep these and not sell them. That's the problem with being a collector and a seller as well. You get in interesting records like that and you don't really want to sell them. Okay. Right. Let's go on to the next one. So we've got, yeah, again, it's another one where we've got a performer I've never heard of. It's on Philips, a major label. And who is it? It's Jean-Louis Steuermann, Chamber Orchestra of Europe with James Judd. And it's Johann Sebastian Bach concertos for piano, BWV 1052, 1058 and 1056. I've never seen this performer before, 1986. You know, it's not unusual for somebody to launch their career, a pianist or a violinist, and it doesn't take off for whatever reason. Maybe the record didn't get a good review or something like that. Maybe unjustly so, but that is unusual. That is interesting. I like that. And it's a Dutch pressing as well. Great. Okay, here's another one. So we've got CPE Bach, good old CPE. And a lot of people, CPE Bach has a lot of admirers. There are people who actually think CPE Bach was a greater pioneer in classical music than Mozart, that he was at the cutting edge. And I mean, my own opinion is I disagree with that. CPE did do some lovely stuff and a lot of interesting stuff as well. But let's be honest, his symphonies never really last more than 12 minutes. Mozart's symphonies are like 25, 30 minutes. And, you know, think of one famous CPE symphony that anybody really cares about that much. No, I'm not disrespecting him. I'm not dissing CPE Bach because he was an important composer in the 18th century, but to even remotely compare him with Mozart is just absurd. But he did push the boundaries, and he is important. So yeah, that's on Harmonia Mundi, which is, I think, owned by BASF. There we are. There's the label. So the condition looks spot on. He's a good supplier, this guy. He really tells the truth. There's not a single mark on that label. No spindle marks at all. 1973. Looks like it's unplayed. So that's an authentic instrument. I think for somebody like CPE, the authentic instrument is probably important. So it's a Collegium Aurum on original type instruments. There we are. It's a gatefold. Yeah. So it's a gatefold, and it's a lovely picture. There's a picture of CPE on the back, and yeah, that is really good. Yeah. Okay, let's keep going then. Here we are, Mozart. Oh yes, this is what I was really looking forward to. This is one that I really wanted to get hold of. I'll tell you why. Because Mozart's sonata for bassoon and cello is so difficult to get hold of. It's so difficult to get hold of, and I found a copy and I just had to have it. And it's paired up with the clarinet quintet K581. So that is fabulous. Let's just see who's playing. It says here EMI Electrola, 1976, Harmonia Mundi. Okay, I wonder what part EMI I've got in this. Maybe some of you can comment on that, EMI Electrola. So, who's playing? There's a clarinet, Hans Deinzer. That's the clarinet, 1790. The bassoon is Klaus Botsky. So, yeah, great. Oh, and who's playing the cello on this? Rudolf Mandalka. Yep. Yeah, that's going to be really interesting to listen to. It's the closest thing that Mozart ever came to composing anything for solo cello. I know it's a duo, and I believe that the bassoon has got the main part and the cello is just there as a accompaniment. But still, that's going to be interesting to listen to. Right, so I've actually gone through all the records from one of the boxes. Now we've got to get the other one open. I can imagine you're getting bored by now. So let's just get this other box open and see what else we've got inside it. Just bear with me. I'll get this open in a jiffy, if you'll forgive the pun. It's not a jiffy, is it? It's a box. There we are. Got that open, and we've got the bubble wrap, of course. There it comes. That's it. That's got it. Get the bubble wrap off and see what else there is. Yeah, well, I mean, you must admit those are all interesting. I mean, I find them all interesting. Of course, I'm not going onto eBay and buying bread and butter DGs and EMI 4-digit ASDs and all that kind of stuff. I mean, those days have gone. You've got to branch out. You've got to branch out. I discovered BIS recently. I got Tubin's Violin Concerto. Somebody told me it's an audiophile label, and the quality is absolutely amazing. It's one of the best digital recordings I've ever heard. 1985 DMM. It's an absolutely superb piece and great recording as well. Okay, so we've got on RCA Red Seal. I don't often buy RCA Red Seals, but I bought this one because it's Julian Lloyd Webber, Rodrigo's Cello Concerto, which I've never heard. And I just thought, because it's cello, Julian Lloyd Webber, he's not a terribly collectible. And there we are, there's a Red Seal label. Let's see what the condition's like. Yeah, no surprises there. Looks absolutely mint. Yeah, and of course, I only put near mint or EX records on my website. I don't sell records that are badly marked. At the worst, a tiny little scuff, maybe I might, as long as it doesn't sound. Yeah, so Rodrigo Concerto, Como un Divertimento, and Lalo Concerto. Lalo. Oh, okay. And it's Jesus Lopez Cobos is the conductor. So yeah, that looks interesting. 1982. It's not digital. German pressing, by the way. Okay, there we are. Again, you don't see that every day, do you? Okay, we've got a Hyperion here. Now you know I like Hyperion. I bought a batch last week, which I was happy with. Now I bought this Bruckner. It's a Mass in E minor. Not familiar with that work. Bruckner, obviously big symphonic composer. Haven't really heard any of his choral works. I don't usually buy choral, but the price on this one was quite good, and I thought, well, for that amount of money, I wouldn't mind having it. There's your Hyperion label. And I don't know where it's pressed. It doesn't say. It's digital stereo. Yeah, sorry, it does say made in Germany. It's a DMM, so I'm sure that's going to sound good. And, oh my God, the back of this record is absolutely mint. It looks like absolute mint. I mean, it looks like the day it appeared in the shop. This whole record looks absolutely perfect. Yep. that's another good one. Keep going. Chandos. I like Chandos. Good 80s label. We've got Chausson here, Symphony in B flat. I've not listened to any Chaussons, so that should be interesting. Music from the Tempest. That's Jose Cerebrier. So it's a French performance, and that looks like it's in good condition. Well, at least the jacket's in superb condition. Let's have a look at the record. There's the Chandos label. Yeah. Yeah, it's blue. It's looking green on my video, but it is blue. Okay, that looks like it's in near mint condition as well. Nice artwork on the front. I don't know who the artist is there. I'll just show that art to you. It looks like, I don't know, three sort of 19th century ladies. And one of them has actually got her arms in the air. I'm not too sure why. I don't want to get into interpreting art. That's not my thing. Front cover illustration by Paul Gildier. I'd have to study that some more to actually try and figure out what that painting is saying. But okay, well, if any of you are art experts. Okay, we've got another Chandos here. Elgar, Wand of Youth Suite and Nursery Suite. So some English music. The Ulster Orchestra with Bryden Thompson. It's a gatefold. It's another DMM digital. There it is. There's the gatefold. Yep. And the record. Let's have a quick look at it. Well, yeah, that looks excellent condition as well, or better. Right, we're nearly there. Just got, I think, one more to do. I hope you're still with me. No, we've got two more to go. All right, here we are then. We've got Ashkenazi, Perlman, Beethoven Violin Sonatas. I think that's a Dutch pressing, isn't it? Yeah, I mean, I knew that it was a Dutch pressing. Made in Holland, yeah. That's okay. SXL 6990. I don't know if there is an English pressing of this, because I know that Decca, they started doing most of their pressings in Holland. I don't know if there's an English pressing of that, but I mean, I think that's not a bad one. Perlman, great violinist. And this is the last one. This is the last one. We got on Unicorn, Delius Violin Concerto with Ralph Holmes is the violinist. So I don't know that violinist, but I thought it was an interesting record. The condition is excellent. There's the label, the center label with the Unicorn. That's it really. I mean, that's everything. I think probably the pick of that lot for me is going to be that Mozart, because I want to listen to that bassoon sonata with the cello. So okay, well, that's it. Thanks a lot for watching, and hope you enjoyed that. I'll be back again with another video very, very soon, maybe even today. Bye for now.